Please. You can see their beautiful faces, and the question we're going to be talking to them about today is purity. I know that's really hard to talk about. It's a really serious subject when it comes to young people's ages, and it gets even harder when you get a little older. So that's what we're going to be talking to you guys about. Here in our panel, we have a guest from Bonneville. All right. And then we have our beautiful Abby, our one and only gorgeous Carol, our Dayspring member, Anna, and you guys know who, the one and only Suzanne. Okay. So, I actually got permission to do this, you guys. You guys aren't allowed to do this. But I can use my phone today because I got emailed with questions instead of actually getting printed out. We're trying to go green here. We're trying to be user-friendly with the environment. So anyways, the questions that I'm starting off with today, we're going to go in order, you guys. You guys don't have to answer, really long questions or really long answers. Just what you feel and a little example of that answer, okay? So, number one, what does purity mean to you? Can you hear me? Yeah. You're good.
What does purity mean?
Yeah.
And what concept,
What does purity mean at all? What does purity mean to you?
Okay, I'm not going to try to get a religious answer, but I honestly think purity is just sexual purity, more than sexual purity, it's mental purity maybe, because I believe it starts inside and moves out. So oftentimes we're feeding a bunch of junk and stuff, and our friends are telling us stuff, and our actions just reflect what we have inside. So I think purity is more
So when it comes to love, sex, and dating, I guess in a sexual way, in a dating way, and when you're speaking about love and you're actually getting to know that person, what does purity mean to you?
It would probably be just waiting until marriage,
Okay.
That waiting, not having sex and respect each other's bubble.
Okay. All right. What does purity mean to you?
Waiting till marriage.
Okay.
Respecting one another. For me, it's most respect. The guy can respect the
All right. Carol?
Okay, talking sexual purity, I think that, waiting till marriage would be abstinence and stuff like that. But also, what you see would be also, go pornography and, hearing music that depicts women in a sexual way that would also be not maintaining purity in that way.
For me, it's something clear, clean, purity.
Okay. Cool. Suzanne? Suzanne cheated because she's our program director, so she actually gets all the information first. She goes, I get to cheat on the questions, so she wrote down her questions before she became a cheater.
I said having a clean slate, having no guilt of past actions, and heart and mind are clear.
Okay. That's all deep. All right, you guys. Number two. What has been your greatest weapon in your decision to remain pure?
Can I pass?
I can start off with Suzanne and then come back to you.
I think it's accountability.
Okay. That's me.
To God. If you're not a Christian, accountability to a parent or a friend. But I think that if you don't have God as your accountability, then you're going to fail him. So accountability to talk to people and just to keep you on track.
Okay, Abby?
For me, it's just to say no, and of course having God on my side, and knowing right from wrong and my mentors.
Carol?
Repeat the question.
questions. What has been your greatest weapon in your decision to remain here?
I think the greatest weapon would be like, I don't want to deal with like guilt and stuff in the future. I want to actually present myself to my husband in a clean way, just like to be able to actually represent the white dress and the way it what it means.
Ana?
Okay, I'm gonna say it in Spanish.
Yes. Sure.
Okay, al principio para mí no era un weapon porque no era eso, pero cuando yo no me crié con mis papás, me crié en Guatemala con mis tíos, era el miedo, porque mi tía decía, si salen con un pie más largo que el otro, te voy a...
You guys, we need to translate it. Don't be shy. I'll translate it. You ready? No. Okay, so what you're saying is that she's not going to use it as a weapon, but growing up in Guatemala, she grew up with her uncles, and they actually used the belt as if you come back with, something like that, they would,
Pero ya ahorita en el cristianismo,
So not Christianity.
como un commitment que hice a Dios. En agradecimiento a todo lo que Él hizo por mí. Y también como, bueno, cuando estaba en high school era más difícil porque, ¿por qué no todos lo hacen? Pero yo me puse a pensar de que porque todos lo hacen, yo no lo voy a hacer. ¿Y por qué no hacer la diferencia de que ser diferente a ellos? O sea, no hacer lo que ellos dicen o hacen. Y otra cosa. Y otra cosa es, ¿qué legado yo le voy a dejar a mis hijos, a mi generación? ¿Qué les voy a decir? Voy a tener eso, decirles, sí lo pude hacer, y si yo lo pude hacer, ustedes también. Y yo pienso de que si nosotros nos conservamos puros hasta el matrimonio, es algo que también tu pareja, algo que va a decir, wow, o sea, y guardaste tanto para mí y va a ser una entrega total, no va a ser una entrega, porque cada vez que tú te entregas, pues estás dejando algo de ti. Entonces, entregarle todo a esa persona. Y también, pues, seguir algunos pasos, como, por ejemplo, cuando andábamos, no andar tanto tiempo solitos, porque la relación está ahí. Entonces, siempre andar con tu friends y la palabra de Dios te ayuda mucho también.
Thank you. Suzanne?
The word no goes really, really far, and I'm very, very close to my dad. My dad showed me a lot of stuff, but
Just a little background on Suzanne. Suzanne didn't grow up Christian. So I want you guys to understand that you didn't have to grow up with the religious views, but with the sense of staying pure, this is her perspective of it.
and my mom grew up Catholic and my dad grew up Baptist, and they gave me the choice. And when I was little, you can choose whatever you want to choose, just as long as you follow these three rules. My dad sat me down when I was 10, and I was heartbroken because I learned that Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all that didn't exist. Also, he told me if I ever got a tattoo, he would disown me, kick me out of the house. And if I ever had sex before marriage, he would kick me out of the house and disown me as well. So, every single time in the past when a guy is pressured, I always turn to my dad and I'm like, the word no goes a long, long way.
Thank you. What are some guidelines you place for yourself to help you stay pure? Suzanne?
Just my dad sitting me down and I was having a time. I'm like, what's that about? They can't have a tattoo? What? It's just like my dad's words going through my head.
All right, I'm going to ask the question one more time. What are some guidelines you place for yourself to help you stay pure? ¿Qué reglas se pusieron ustedes para ayudarse con la pureza?
No salir tanto tiempo, mucho así solitos, o irnos al oscurito, como dicen. También teníamos como ciertas reglas que de aquí para acá puedes tocar, pero no para
Oh
allá.
my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got to intervene. My mom has the exact same role. She got my first girlfriend. Okay, Mika. From here to here, todo. But from here to here, nada. She's from Guatemala, so she knows what I'm talking about. Okay, Carol?
Well, yeah, like also like not being by yourself so long, or like not dressing so provocative. Like I don't want to tempt you or anything, and also be very careful with the way I present myself. To be like if I'm hitting on the guy or whatever, and then it's like and he's trying to touch me, I'm like, oh, don't touch me, like what the heck? So that's why it would have to mostly rely on me, and then so I'm not the provocative, I'm not the one pressuring him to touch me or something. But yeah.
The question is, what are some of the guidelines you placed for yourself to help you remain here? What kind of rules did you follow that helped you in your period?
Well, when I was little, I made a vow to God that I would be faithful to like get married. Definitely have to agree with mom being a lonely person. If I want to go out, I would have to definitely go out with friends.
Sergio, thank you. Some of the guidelines that help you remain here. Like, what would you follow? What did you learn from others that you would always tell yourself? Okay, you can't pass this rule. There's a rule. You can't pass this because I want to remain here.
Well, as a kid, I guess my parents drilled me, like, over my head, like, don't have a girlfriend. Straight up. Maybe it wasn't, I'm not a girlfriend. So well, yeah, basically what everything they said, like, know your limits, if don't touching and stuff. Honestly, like whatever, I really like admire my parents. So whatever they say is like, you shouldn't do this, be a gentleman, this and that. That's what I kind of go by. So, cool, thank you. All right, last question, you guys. How do you deal with the pressure society and guys out on you? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this question was accidentally written or misspelled. How do you guys deal with the pressure society gives you guys and how to hold up your virginity? Like, what kind of pressure does society give you guys and how do you say no to that? Suzanne.
I read a lot of this one. As most of you guys know, I'm 28. So in college, I actually did online dating because I was always considered a friend. And when I would go out on these dates, the guys would basically pursue me, and then at the end of the night, they're like, would you like to come over? I'm like, no, I'm good. Because my dads would be like running through my head, and I would never ever hear from them again. So that I knew, I was about 23, 24 at this time, I knew that they were only in it for sex. And I told myself, if I have to wait forever, I wait forever. What is, will be. And I guess I'm just kind of proof that if you wait long enough, they're bound to come along. The right person will come
I'm sure this week will bring.
funny.
So Ana,
Ya le entendí.
okay.
Bueno, pienso que sí, tiene mucha presión en la sociedad, pues cuando estaba en mi país no era tanto porque los países de uno son como más cuidadosos en ese sentido, pero aquí sí, aquí la gente eso es algo común y a veces sí hacían de make fun of me porque estábamos hablando de cross y ay, ¿por qué no? Uy, no, que todo el mundo lo hace, todo. Pero algo que me ayudó a mí es tener en mente de que porque una persona es así, yo no tengo que ser así. Y que ahorita es que tú seas la diferencia al resto de los demás. Y yo dije de que iba a mantener esa promesa. Y yo pienso de que aunque digan que es difícil, sí se puede y vale la pena. Vale la pena y se lo digo por experiencia cuando te casas y le entregas eso a esa persona vale la pena. Y todo depende en forma seria en lo que tú crees, porque si tú crees en algo y te estás firme en eso, nada ni nadie te va a mover y lo que diga la sociedad es como ser a la izquierda, porque ellos luego no van a ver, ellos no van a lidiar con todos los issues que tú vas a lidiar si haces cosas que no debes de hacer.
Well, I think it it's helping me throughout these years is I was putting my period in, honestly, because like I remember when I did the vow to God, it was like 6 years ago or something, and I always I have nightmares, right? I do it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be a virgin. But nothing first reminds me of a symbol that I will remain pure for my husband. I have this dream of giving my ring to him when I get married. I'm so corny. But yeah, so I think that helps me to not fall into temptation and stuff, and also for so yeah, I think my ring will help me. And then I always think of the verse in the Bible that says those who are pure in heart will see God. And I think I was like, oh well, I have to remain not only sexually pure and then physically, mentally, spiritually pure. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I'll take that. Thank you.
How do you deal with the pressures of society, you guys?
Being in high school, it was pretty tough, with the scene that I was in. All my friends have done it, and I would be made fun of. They would call me nun, they would call me all sorts of things. And I had friends who would tell me, watch, you could have sex when you're 18. I'm like, I respect myself, I value myself, and I'm not going to let anyone put things into my head just so I can be just like everybody else. And yeah, I just say no, and I don't care what anyone says about me. What I care is what God says, and I want to stay there to my husband. I want my husband to be happy and proud that I've been with no one else.
It's definitely really hard. In high school, it's hard. You have friends there, you're talking about it and stuff. It's yeah, I'm good about it. I'm gonna leave. Any college, I go to a Christian college and stuff. But I don't know. My friends actually made a bet that I wouldn't date anyone. In my college career, I won't date anyone. So maybe.
I'll bet on that too.
Yeah. So it's kind of even they're words and stuff, but they really deep in they really hurt. It's kind of maybe I'm not ever going to, or but I always thought I'm gonna try my best to be the best I can for my wife, my future wife. So if that means sacrificing things, then I'm willing to do it. So, thank you. All right, you guys.
I I just want to add a little bit to what they said. First of all, I want to take Sergio, thank you for accepting the invitation to come. As a guy, guys are not very open to talk about the fact that they're virgins because you see, when Carol and the girls said something, everybody clapped, but nobody clapped when he said something. Because guys, hold on. I hope to teach lessons, and this is a lesson that I want you to understand. Guys, when we talk about virginity, how many guys want to marry a virgin? Okay, right? Okay, most guys do. Here's the thing. We expect girls to be virgins, but guys, we don't expect ourselves to be virgins. And virginity in a guy is almost seen as something negative, and it shouldn't be. You know, I'm not picking on you, sister, but thank you for doing that because we need to change that. Girls, you need to hold guys to the same degree that they hold you guys to. And as much as a guy wants you to be virgin, you should want them to be virgins too. Okay? And thank you, Sergio. Also, I wanted Carol set up the story that how she wanted to give her purity ring to her husband. I actually have a friend in Bible school who she did the pledge, and she told me that on her wedding night, she allowed her husband to take the purity ring from her on their wedding night. You don't know what the wedding night is? Their honeymoon. Hey, wedding night? I thought the wedding's in the day. On their honeymoon, he was able to take, and you know what? That symbolizes so much. So much. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause. I just want to say, it was a joke between me and Sergio that you know, reality means anything. You guys, it was a joke. I love you very much. Alright, guess what?
We're getting ready to talk about sex. Yeah. That's right. That's it. Sex. And now for a segment I like to call